Welcome back to the Leah Moore Show, where you get more of Leah and a little bit about my guest. Today we have a super special guest, and it's actually a new area for me. Usually I stick with the athletes, but we're venturing off today. We're venturing off into the music world. So today we actually have a guest who, she's an upcoming singer. She has 3 singles out right now called Butterflies, Closure, and Feels Good. And you can find them all on, hold on, let me get my list. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Tidal, Singer, Deezer, and Boomplay. So there is no reason for you to not listen to her music. So let's give a round of applause for Maleah. Welcome to the Leah Moore Show. We're about to have a great time. This is new for me. This is new for you?
Yeah, this is new for me. This is my very
Are you a little nervous?
No, I don't get nervous.
Are you telling a little bit of a fib?
No.
It's okay. Well, nothing to be nervous about. We're just going to go through your whole life, basically.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm going to try to relate to you in some things. I can sing.
Okay.
I would sing for the camera.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink my tea today, so we're not going to do that.
Okay, I'll let you slide today.
I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Maleah. She is 20 years old. She is from Shelby Township, not Detroit.
Exactly.
Not Detroit.
Thank
How far is that from Detroit?
It's about like 30 minutes out.
Okay,
yeah,
that's not bad. At least you don't claim Detroit and you're not from there.
Yeah.
I would have. I would have just said Detroit. I'm like, I don't know what Shelby Township is.
Asking me what street, baby, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a street for you. And she's also a full-time student at Michigan State. She's studying broadcast journalism. So obviously she could not stay from the entertainment industry. She has been singing for 4 years professionally and writing for about a year professionally.
Yeah, so about 4 years professionally and about a year professionally writing.
A little bit of time under your belt. That's really cool. And you actually had a performance, Grab the Aux live concert.
Yeah, I had that. I've had like plenty of performances, but that was one that I guess was kind of just scheduled, but that was one of so many that I've had. Like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was the only one I was able to find. You gotta post the other ones. I want to see those. Where's the background footage?
I guess I just haven't even had nobody come to,
get
just take the footage. I mean, besides my parents, but I've never really just broadcasted any of my shows either. I just kind of did them. Yeah.
Okay, next one. I'll be there. I can do your background. I do all the videos. My producers do all the videos too. They can come too. Yeah. So I want to actually get into a little bit of your singing background. So usually when I think about artists, like music artists, they've had like an extensive background. They've done America's Got Talent. They've done like music, what is it called? Vocal lessons, singing lessons. They've gone to special schools. You know, what is it called? The talented art.
Yeah, the performing arts schools.
Performing arts schools. Sorry.
No,
I don't
you're
know. The performing arts school, and like when I talked to you previously, you're like, I haven't done any of that. Like no singing lessons, no vocal lessons. You're just naturally here. You're naturally talented. So I am wondering, what was the moment where you were like, okay, I can sing, and then what was the moment where you were like, okay, I can do this professionally. Like this is something that I want to do. I'm going to put my time and energy into.
I would say the moment I knew, I always knew I could sing. I don't know if everybody else knew that I could sing, but I always knew I could sing. I always knew I had it. So
I love confidence.
Yeah, like, I mean, you gotta have it. You gotta know that you are who you are, and don't let anybody else talk you down. But so I kind of always knew that. But I would say when I figured out I could do it professionally was kind of when I just started gaining a large social media following and just kind of getting those views up. And I had to be about 13 at the time. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you've been put it out there that you can sing.
Yeah, like it's always been my thing, and I'm 20 now, so that's been about 7 good years. But it's been that, and then I think just like the sparkle that I see in the room when I create a record and people just loving the record as much as I love it. And it's something that's so powerful and beautiful that
I feel like it's always empowering when somebody else can see your talent. Like when my producer saw my talent for the first time, like it just made me 10 times more excited about like, okay, I knew this was for me, but like having somebody else confirm it, it's like, okay, this is so awesome. This is dope. I want to also talk about, we spoke previously about like when you first thought about when you first recognized that you can sing and your parents said that you had an angelic cry?
Yeah.
What was that about? I wish my nieces and nephews had angelic cries. Like, I couldn't stand hearing them all cry all at the same time. I kind of wanted to put my earplug in it.
Yeah. I never was around babies a lot, so I didn't have to deal with that. Yeah, no, my parents just always told me I sounded like Emile LaRue when I was a baby. My mom, she's like, I just knew you were going to be a singer. You just cried so angelic and it was so on pitch, and me and your dad call you Emile LaRue.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess it was like, it's just who I am.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It's my gift.
Even baby Maleah, you were just out here.
Right.
I don't even know how to cry. Cry angelically. Like, what in the world?
No, for real. Like, I'm trying to figure out.
I feel like I wouldn't have been able to take it serious. I'm like, is she crying or singing? Like, what is that about?
Right. Is this Mariah Carey or not?
No, for real. That's crazy.
Stop it.
I'm gonna let you know whenever I decide to have children, 10 years, 20 years. Let's add 10 onto there. 20 years.
Yeah.
From now. If my baby has an angelic cry, I'm calling you.
Okay,
because I heard it from you first. My baby copied you.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
There's only one Maleah.
So obviously you're a guest on my show, but I wanted to talk about me a little bit. I want to talk about my outfit.
Yes.
I stepped outside of my comfort zone a little bit. I went to the store and I was like, you know what? I have a super dope artist and she is creative in every single way. Like, we're going to put your socials on here, but I want everybody to see like your Instagram, your TikTok. It was one photo shoot you did. You had like rainbow makeup all up here. And I was just like, she is just the utmost creative like person. And obviously now that I know that you do your own makeup, your own hair, your own nails, you also have other artistic abilities. You draw, you paint. I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to come really, really hard in the creative direction. Like usually I keep it really cool. It's a nice little dress, but I was like, no, this gives bam.
Yeah.
Maleah's here.
Does. And it gives butter.
Yes,
I love it.
One of my producers, he was like, doesn't she have a song called Butterflies? I was like, I was not thinking about that when I picked it out. I was just like, this kind of screams Maleah to me. And I was like, let me catch her. Let me, match her energy a little bit. But one thing that I did notice when I was doing like my research on you is that you are super creative. Like even your photo shoots are very creative. Like my favorite one was when you had the fro. I was like, I've always wanted to do something like this, but like seeing you make it come alive, like that was super dope. So one question I do want to ask you is that do you use like your creative edge to kind of separate you from other artists? Because I feel like now there's so many blueprints out there and there's so many people that you can copy off of, but is that something that you use to like, okay, no, this is how I'm going to separate myself?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it also just comes to me because like we kind of discussed, I'm just an artist, honestly. Like I love art. I see the world as a color book, honestly. So for me, everything just looks like a picture.
Yeah.
And I just kind of, I guess, exude that. I don't really, of course, inspiration is out there. I mean, nothing's new. And I do pay homage to a lot of other artists, not that I can name any of them, but just people I see on Instagram or maybe Pinterest or something. But for the most part, I really do just kind of picture everything in my head. Like I'm very, very imaginative. So
I love that. I feel like we should make that a quote. I see the world as a color book. It's kind of like you walk outside and you're like, okay, I can do something with that. I can do something with that. Like that's
for real.
like that's super dope. So would you say like your creativity helped you find your identity? Because I kind of feel like with creativity, you're able to step out of your shell and you're able to try new things and you're able to envision, obviously, the world as a color book. So would you say that creativity has helped you find who Maleah is?
Yeah, it definitely has. Like, because a lot of times as an artist or a singer per se, you can be a singer but not be an artist, you know? Like, I feel like those are two separate entities. So just being able to also be an artist outside of being able to sing definitely does help because it just all comes together. Like, okay, I sing, but I'm also all about art. Like, I'm the arts and letters.
Right? It's like, no. I can't just sing. I don't just have vocal talents, but I can actually bring something to the table.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll help you go further along too, because I know that my producers, they often say like, no, like we're happy that you can pretty much do it all. Like we don't have to do much. We have to come here, we have to film, but like we don't have to worry about a lot of the behind the scenes things, and like we don't have to worry about being so creative for you. Like you are coming up with a lot of ideas. So I love that you said that. There is a difference between a singer and an artist. So no, that's super dope actually. Is there anybody that you look up to, like creativity wise, like another artist? Like when I think about creativity, I think about Rihanna. She stepped outside of the box a long time. Pharrell, he has a whole creative identity. I think he's like creative director. Like Louis Vuitton or something like that. Like he's super dope.
Yeah, he is really dope. Honestly, no. I've never been a person to really look up to any people. I really do admire a lot of different artists. Like maybe I want my song, my song backgrounds to sound like Michael Jackson's, or I like the way Victoria Monet dances, but I kind of just like my own swag, you know. I really, like you said, I love Rihanna's style. I love her style. She's dope. She's down.
Like, who is her stylist? Because
no, for real, it might be her
just for a day or just for an episode. I'm like, I would love to like kind of see what the thought process is behind the creativity and like the fashion. Like that's like super dope to me. So.
Like a Rihanna outfit. I love Rihanna, but I don't want to be Rihanna. I don't know. Like I would say I'm kind of still figuring that whole aspect of it out, but I would definitely say I don't really like look up to a lot of people. I do love Victoria Monet, do not get me wrong.
Oh yeah, no, she's the bomb.
She's like,
but you're your own person. And you have to grow into that. So no, I respect that. Like, I get inspiration from you. But I'm still Maleah at the end of the day.
For real, okay?
So I love that. I know there's two different types of people in the industry. Speaking of identity and persona, so on one end, there are artists that they're exactly how they present themselves. If they present themselves pretty calm, and then they're calm in real life, or they present themselves as I'm crazy, I'm wild, I'm very radical, outside of the box, but that's how they are in real life. Or you also have the opposite, where it's, okay, I present myself really, really crazy in the media, in entertainment, but like I'm actually really, really calm and quiet and cool and collected in person. And I just want to ask you, like, you know, with you being creative, I feel like you have the ability to present yourself in a way that does not represent you. Like, you could absolutely find creative ways to be crazy and like all out there, but like, I want to say, like, is who you present to the media right now very authentic to you and who you are just on social media? I
would say yes. I would say it's authentic to who I am, face value, but inside I'm kind of just more of an introvert. Like, I'm not really big on, I do love people, do not get me wrong. I'm not big on new people in my close circle. So that's like a big thing for me. But I love meeting people. Like, I learn through people, you know, that's what I study. So like, I'm definitely a people person and a communicator. But I think who I am on social media, yes, that's who I am because I'm an artist, but you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know me. Like,
don't get it twisted.
And I think that is just something that is such a barrier because I'm so open in social media and stuff. Like, people have come to me in real life, like, just say my name out the blue. I'm like, I do not know you. Like, for real, I do not know you. But hey, like, you know,
hi.
Hey,
I guess that's something that you definitely do have to deal with, like, as people start to recognize you on social media. Like, I mean, once you open up certain parts of your life, people do feel like, you know, they know you and they feel like, especially if they can relate to you, it's just like you kind of become their friend without becoming their friend.
For real. It's crazy.
It is.
So crazy.
No, it definitely is. I've had a couple instances, not too many, but they were like, hey, Leah. I'm like, oh, hello, what is your name?
Right.
Because I have no idea who you are.
For real. Big old hug. Who are you?
Like, me, I'm still going to give them a hug back. Like,
for sure.
I like to act like I've known everybody for like I'm only 22, but I've known them for like 20 plus years, essentially my whole life. So
yeah, I'm gonna fake it, but I'm gonna fake it, but
you have to fake it because you can risk losing a fan. It's like, oh my gosh, she was so rude to me. Actually,
yeah, and
I want to say hi to me, and
like,
that's so mean.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think it's also like right now where I'm at in my career because I'm so like little, like you know, it's like, oh my god, like how do you recognize me? What is going on?
Yeah, no, like you can be so big in the world that you're in right now, but just imagine when you blow up and you have all these different people. You may hear Maleah from across the street.
It'll make more sense then.
Yeah,
like it'll make more sense.
I would say you're still pretty big now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah. But you know, in your head, you don't really know who you are outside of who you are. So it's hard to really gauge what people view me as.
Yeah. That is very true.
Yeah.
I know I struggle with that a little bit. Yeah. But so pretty authentic, everything, how you present yourself is who you are. So I want to ask, does that affect like your music? Like, is your music based on personal experiences? Is it based on somebody else's experience? Like, is it very authentic to your life?
I would definitely say all three. There can be certain parts of a song that are authentic to who I am, maybe a line of a song. It really doesn't matter because music is a culmination of things and you kind of just want the entire world to be able to understand where you're coming from. It doesn't always have to relate to me. It can just be about somebody I saw on the street that I thought was beautiful, or maybe the sky was just so beautiful one day and I want to turn it into a she and talk about, oh my God, the sky is so amazing. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always used to wonder that, like, even with artists like Summer Walker and stuff like that, it's like, is she really that sad? Or, like, is she really that heartbroken? Or
and, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, just being in the industry, this is like a little secret, but you know, people will help you write songs as well.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
You know, she could have made an album that was supposed to be about love, and then it came back, and then they're like, no, we're gonna make this all about heartbreak to make it a sequel. So that might not really be her. But when you have different people on a song, you have different people in the project, so many feelings are in there, so many people's lives and experiences, which is what makes it so beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. No, I love that because I feel like when you have multiple opinions and you have multiple people kind of putting things into a song, I feel like maybe you can actually attract a bigger audience. And speaking of audience, what type of audience do you want to attract specifically? Is it people that are like super lovey-dovey, or you're like, I just want everybody to get into my music?
I want everybody to get into my music. Yeah, I don't want to make music just for one specific group of people because that's not who I am. You know, I grew up in a very diverse environment, and me, myself, I'm very diverse as well. So it would kind of just be outside of me to make one specific lane of music. I want everybody to be able to relate. I want the whole world to be able to understand exactly what I'm trying to make. So, yeah.
Love that. Well, you have a fan right here. I love your songs. And I texted you when I listened to Closure. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I love all your songs, but like Closure, I was like, okay, repeat. This is my jam. I feel like I could relate to it. And I want to tell you my interpretations of your songs.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Let's do it.
Okay. So Butterflies, is it about wanting somebody or being in love with somebody for really long? Or you can correct me.
Yeah, it's about being in love with somebody. It's about the beauty of love. It's about, you know, just enjoying life and the beauties of it in its entirety. So
love that. Okay, so I was pretty.
Yeah, you were on the nail. You had it.
Okay, because I was listening to it and I was like, this is making me feel like I'm in love. So I think it's about love.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
It's okay, one day. I don't know. I don't have it.
It'll come.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Closure. Favorite song. Is it about a no good man?
It absolutely is, because we all have ran into those.
We all have ran into a no good man.
For real. What's wrong
Sorry
with
to the
him?
girlies that have ran into a no good man.
It's gonna be okay. It'll get better.
I think it builds character. Honestly.
Yeah. It depends. It depends on what's going on.
Maybe sometimes it builds too much character. It's like, all right,
for real. Hello.
I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, no good man, but part 2, but you still want closure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, but what is closure?
Do you
I don't
personally
know.
believe in closure, or do you believe in, okay, this is not working, we're just gonna end this? I can tell you which one I believe in.
I think it's not working is closure in itself. I'm kind of like, I do just like to cut things clean. Personally, I don't really like things that linger on for, especially if it's toxic. So I guess it really depends on the situation, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how much I care.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I agree. Every situation is different.
Yeah.
I'm more of a clean cut.
Like, please.
This,
for real.
This is enough. I have a lot going on, as you can see.
I feel you. For real.
I have other things to worry about, but yeah. Boop, block you. Not in the mood. Okay.
Please.
Okay, feels good. Mm-hmm. You only want it if you feel good.
Hello? Okay.
That's literally your chorus.
That's literally
the chorus.
Yeah,
I only
nothing
want it
more,
if it
nothing
feels
less.
good. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's nothing else to say to that.
Yeah, for real.
It's either working or it's not. It's just it's not working.
And that's with everything. Food, ice cream. Yeah.
Maybe on the food.
Hello.
If you don't like something.
If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
There's no in the middle. It's yes or no. I feel like sometimes if the world was more yes or no, we probably wouldn't have as much issues, to be honest. Does it feel good? Yes. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
Does it feel iffy? Does it not feel good? No. Just boot it.
Yeah.
Kick it to the curb.
It's a mantra.
It's a mantra.
Yeah, you got to live your life by it, honestly.
Yeah. So I know you said like you don't look up to anybody specifically, but lyrically, is there somebody where you're like, okay, I love how their lyrics attract people, and I love how like I can relate to their lyrics? Because when I looked on Apple Music and I looked your lyrics up or your songs up, it said like similar artists at the bottom, and Jasmine Sullivan was the first one. I know, and I was like, I know, I swear, I'm so for real. I'm for real. I'm so for real, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to tell her that because she's gonna love that. Like, if I did music and you're saying like similar artists is Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh my God, I didn't even know.
Yes.
Stop right now.
She's a legend. Like,
no, she's
busting
a
windows
legend.
out of cars, lions, tigers, and bears. Like, and would you say that like she's somebody that like lyrically you're like, oh my goodness, she like stepped outside of a box and kind of.
Yeah, I love Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, my goodness.
I love Jasmine Sullivan.
Dope.
Yeah, she's amazing. And, just hearing stories about people who have worked with her, just people I know that may have worked with her when she was even 16, they always said she was a lyrical beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been out for a really, really long time, too. Yeah. But
I
how does
love
that make you feel? Like, Apple Music was like, okay, this is somebody who she, like, relates to. Does that kind of steer you in a direction lyrically, musically, or?
I wouldn't say steer me in a direction, but it's definitely empowering, like that's one of my favorite artists. Like, she has the best voice I've ever heard. Like, all props to her. Like, she's amazing. So, and her lyrics are even more amazing.
Yeah, I feel like when I first heard her song when I was younger, I was absolutely too young. But I was like, busting windows out of cars. Like she makes it sound good.
And then the rest of her discography, that's
yeah. Well, shout out to you though. All power to her, but like shout out to you because that was under your song.
Thank you.
So I want to get into hustle culture because there's a hustle to entertainment industry, and I feel like not just entertainment industry, but there's a hustle to art and creativity because it's just like you have a talent, but you have to prove to other people that this talent is worth investing into, is worth paying attention to. So obviously, I've seen your efforts. You've done multiple interviews. I saw the What's in My Bag interview. You're very active on social media. So obviously I could tell that you're an extrovert in that way. You do the whole promotions. You do everything like that. You go to Atlanta for music. Like, you're pretty out here. Like, you do all of it. And I feel like just even from my own experiences, hustling can get a little bit tiring.
Yeah.
So what is your motivation? Like, what keeps you going when you have those moments of like, okay, I'm kind of tired of doing all of this. Like, I'm tired of trying to prove myself. I know that I have a talent, but I have to continue to prove, and work. So, like, what is a point of motivation for you?
Well, my middle name is Passion. Not literally, but like I'm a very passionate person, and whatever I do, I'm gonna do 100%. If I love it, that's just who I am, and it's gonna consume me. So I think that's just my biggest thing. It's also about the fact of thinking about the end goal. Like whenever I'm in those spouts of doubt or whatever it may be, I'm like, but I want to see how this is gonna end, you know. So I just kind of keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and I don't know. I just feel like this is my destiny, and I think it's a gift, and not even just for me, for the rest of the world that I was given. So it's kind of like I have to do it for the people.
Yeah, it's like this is my thing. Like I have to. This has to work. Like I feel like this is for me. So
it has to work.
It has to.
It has to work.
No, I'm the same way. I'm like, no. Let's look at the camera.
It has to work. Like, it's no other option, for real.
There's no other option. Yeah, no, I kind of feel the same way. Just being in front of the camera, I'm like, I love this. Like, no. This is the thing. This is the thing to do. So I want to bring up something that you told me when I asked you about motivation before. And
Go ahead.
You said you wanted to be Kanye 2.0, and I don't know if that was just because of a mood you're in, but my initial reaction wasn't bad. I feel like when you hear Kanye, a lot of people think like, oh, like he's super, super arrogant, like he's super crazy, he says off the wall things. But like when I think of Kanye, I think of him being the utmost confident, like, no, I know I'm talented, and you're actually not gonna stop me. So, is that you?
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Don't get me wrong, I'm dandy and all, but I refuse to let somebody tell me about myself.
Oh, I agree.
You know, of course I definitely love the constructive criticism in order to be a good person and a better artist at that, but no, you're not gonna take me away from me.
I feel like people will definitely try to take you away from you, especially when you're on a path in entertainment, and like I feel like when I first told people around me that like, no, like I want to be on TV, like this is something that I want to do, and it was kind of like, okay, like what's gonna be a real job? And I'm like, no, like that is my real job. Like that's what I want to do. And like from that moment on, you do have to kind of be like Kanye, like no, like this is what I'm doing. It's not the impossible. So
you have to want it.
Yeah, you do have to.
You have to want it.
You definitely do.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. I feel like there can be moments of being discouraged, like moments where like, okay, you may try something out and it doesn't work and you have to kind of pivot. Personally, I feel like I've had to, it wasn't too discouraging, but it's like, okay, it's not working, we have to try to pivot. But obviously it's a great fit, it always ends up working out. But like, what does your support system look like when you are in those moments? Like, do you have family, friends, people within the industry? Like, how does your support system look?
I have a very close-knit circle, as I mentioned before. Just a few friends, maybe a couple friends, honestly, a great boyfriend and great parents. So, you know, that's really all I got. I do have a lot of people in the industry, I would say, who really just pour into me, and it's a beautiful thing because it's not even like I asked for it.
Right.
But I would say that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't look for the approval, but it's really nice that people can like love on me and just make sure that they just pour life into me. Like I really need that sometimes. I really need life poured into me. So
because I feel like sometimes people don't understand like how hard it is to be in front of a camera and to do this, like, and put yourself out there for your talent, knowing that there's going to be so many opinions that come after you. Like personally, I don't know if I could have done this without my entire support system. Like everybody that's just been encouraging me to keep going. So it's nice to hear that you have a support system.
Just my little people.
I wouldn't have expected anything else. I'm like, I think she has a really good support system. Like, the way she puts herself out there, like you really do need it. So no, I love that. Especially with you being a full-time student too. You are still a student at Michigan State. You are going into your senior year. And you're studying broadcast journalism. Like that's not the easiest of majors. I feel like there's ones that are easier, but like you definitely still have to put in a lot of work. So how do you balance between being like a full-time student and then also pursuing your career?
I just really keep my head down. Like I said, it's a lot about passion and just where I see myself going and where I've always saw myself going. It's hard. It's hard for sure. I don't really have time to hang out with friends a lot, you know, especially just when I'm trying to do things. I travel a lot. Like all the time, I'm always on a plane. I'm always on a plane. So it's hard, you know, and it's even harder just trying to make sure that everything is intact. Now, you know, I've been able to do it in 4 years, thankfully, and I've been able to do it successfully, but it's
congratulations on that.
Thanks.
For sure.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. I know sometimes when you have a lot going on, it can be hard to try to balance. I know just even like with my own journey, just like, okay, trying to be in school and focus on that, but it's just like, no, like this is what is fueling me, like being in front of the camera or just, I mean, your career in general. It's like, no, this is kind of where I want my energy to go. So like, would you say your energy is pretty split, or your energy is like 70 music, 30 school, or what would you say that percentage pretty is?
I would say it's like 60 music, 40 school.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good balance.
Yeah. I would say maybe I could do a little bit more. I still have time left, so I'm not worried or anything because, you know, I've got my ducks in a row for this next year, this next run. But music is my all in all. It's what I'm best at, you know, like.
I would say you're pretty talented.
Thanks.
I think you're pretty dope. You know, pretty cool. And so one thing that I do think about when it comes to being a full-time student and then pursuing a career is Megan Thee Stallion. She was pretty out in terms of like, no, like I'm still trying to pursue my degree, but she had an opportunity to go big time. Like she's global now. So the question of the day is, if you have an opportunity to go global like that and you do have to kind of leave behind school a little bit, are you going to do that? It's very possible too.
It's very possible, but no, I'm gonna get my degree first. That's what I signed up to do, and I don't finish things, or I don't start things to end them abruptly. And I just feel like in this world, you know, I'm a black woman, so I need my degree regardless, because you never know what's gonna happen.
You don't.
I can't go out like that.
No.
Like I need my degree. My degree comes first. Yeah. So
love that. I feel like that is not a common answer. I feel like a lot of people be like, forget school, like I'm about to go do like what I want to do, but I feel like that tells not even just me but like the audience a lot about you. Like no, you're very much, you have your ducks in a row, your head is on straight.
Thank you.
Love that for you. Like,
thank you.
Speaking of big opportunities, I want to give you the opportunity to play a game with me.
Okay, let's do it.
It's called Song Association. Do you know what that is?
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so essentially I'm gonna give you one word. And you have to think of a word in 30 seconds. I mean, you have to think of a song in 30 seconds.
Okay.
And you have to sing that song. You don't have to sing it for long, but make sure you sing the word. But you have 30 seconds. All right, the first word is love.
Love. So many people use your name in vain. Love. Those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Okay.
Yes.
Forgot the lyrics.
No, but that's the song that I thought of.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew you were gonna do that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. So I was like, if I were playing this game, what other song is there to sing besides that song? She made an anthem. So
yeah,
love that. Second song, slow. Second word.
Play another slow jam. This time make it sweet. On a slow jam for my baby and for me.
Yes. Love that.
I love that song. Thank you.
Okay, you're winning so far.
Thank you.
Forgot about that song.
Yeah.
Love that song. That's another hit record. Okay, another word, pretty.
I do my pretty girl, rah, 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 rah. Do my pretty girl, rah, 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 rah. Do my pretty girl, rah.
Hey. Okay, I was like, she's either gonna do that one or Pretty Hurts.
Oh no, baby, pretty girl, rah. Hello.
Gotta get the energy. Pretty Hurts is like such a sad.
Stop playing with me. Like, yeah, it do hurt, but hey,
it does hurt.
It come with the time.
Such a sad song. Okay.
Yeah.
Another word, real.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Real. Real. I cannot think of it. No, I'm not going out like this. I cannot think of one.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
And
I typically do not get caught like that, girl. I know so many songs.
I can give you one. I
Okay,
think.
yeah. Please.
What is it? You got to be real. What is it?
Got to be real. Yeah. Girl, I would have not been that 1950s song, please.
It was not 1950s.
No, I'm exaggerating.
Got to be real. I don't even know who that's by, and that's how Merle was singing it. So.
Oh, that was a good word.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
I feel like this next one is gonna be a hard one.
Okay, let's do it.
Distance.
Take me back to the distance.
Okay.
Yeah. Late night cooking in the kitchen. Yeah, that's Yeba.
I love her.
I love her too.
That was really good. What song is that? 'Cause I've never heard of it.
It's called Distance by Yeba.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna go add that to my playlist.
You should.
But if it doesn't sound exactly like you, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed.
Girl, excuse me, but yep.
Okay. Last word. Big.
Big. Big. Big. Big. I'm the biggest. My name Maleah.
That just wasn't.
Acapella. Original. Yeah.
Doesn't count.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You got 4 out of 6. I can give you a word.
Yeah.
For big. Got a big ego.
Yeah. Okay. I like that one.
That's the one that I thought of.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other ones, but
Yeah, me neither.
well, okay, 4 out of 6. That's not bad, actually. Let's give them a round of applause. So we're gonna start to wrap this up, but before we do, I just want to talk a little bit about your music goals for 2024. Like, are we getting an EP? Are we getting another song? Is there label talk? Like, what's going on in the future for Maleah?
There's so much going on this year.
Yeah.
I would
Good
say
problems.
definitely an EP. Yeah, great problems. I would say definitely an EP more so in the 3rd or 4th quarter of the year. I'm kind of just, as much as I travel to Atlanta, I'm just formulating that and stuff like that. But there will definitely be some new music from me this year. So
I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to hear.
I'm gonna promote it.
I'll send it to you first. I'll give you a sneak peek.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I think me and my producers would love to hear.
Yeah, I would love to give that to you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely send it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be.
You know, like a ballpark of how many songs? Like, what's your goal in terms of how many songs you want to release?
It's definitely gonna be about. Release this year. I want to come at least about 15 if I do. 3 EPs. If I do. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
Let me not put too much out
That's
there.
a lot.
But yeah, I be working.
You do.
Yeah,
though.
I be working. It's a lot.
Okay.
So
I'm not complaining. I mean, give me 15 songs.
I will.
I will listen to.
I will.
All 15.
But at least 5.
Okay.
Or at least 2 singles. So
that's pretty good. I mean, we are like at the halfway point. Well, next month, but yeah, no, that's pretty good. If you push out 15. I might just have to give you some flowers. Because that is crazy.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, my best friend, she used to rap. So I get to see like the studio sessions and stuff. There's a lot that goes into that. So like if you push out 15 songs, I'm gonna give you some flowers. Everybody else needs to give you some flowers.
Thank you.
One thing I do like to do with my guests are talk about their ultimate dream goals. Like what is something that you just be like, I'm astonished, I can retire, like this is enough. Like a Grammy, you got Song of the Year, went platinum. Like, what is like something that you're like, this is like my dream?
$10 million plus in a Porsche Panamera.
Okay.
10 million plus a year in a Porsche Panamera. Like, I don't care. I mean, I care about the Grammys and the awards, but I'm also a real person. No. Yeah, like, come on now. I want the money and a nice life. So, put in a hard few years and
10
fall
million.
off the face of the earth. That's my plan.
If you get 10 million, can we go on a boat somewhere?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Invite me.
We can
I wanna have
definitely
10
go
million
to like
in the
the
bank.
Venice coast.
5 years?
Yes. Hopefully
In
we're
Venice?
trying. For real.
Can you style my outfit though?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, yeah.
I would love
Please,
to.
need it.
Yes, absolutely.
No butterflies on the boat.
Okay, but
We can do all
love-
white.
Yes, that would be so
All
great.
white is fine.
That'd be so great.
Well, thank you for coming on my show.
thank you for
coming
having
on the
me.
Leah Moore show. This was new for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have never ventured off into the music industry. I really stay with athletes, but like, thank you for being my first guest into that world. I think this went super amazing, and you're super amazing, and I pray that the rest of your year goes so good, and I'm looking forward to hearing all of those songs.
Thanks for having me. Just to say that, but yes. Yes.